Oh, we're here, we're live. Oh, look at that shadow. Look at that shadow. Hopefully you can all hear me well, guys. Should be with you in a second. Who have we got in here? Who have we got? Who have we got? We've got Mr. Mottram. Hello, Mr. Mottram. Hello, James. Hello, Unicron's Hole, whatever you are. I don't know. I'll do Cron. We'll call you Cron. It's easier than me trying to say Unicron. Give me some feedback on the sound, guys, because obviously I can't hear it. Pardon me. It might echo a little bit in here because of where I am. It's a bit echoey. Echoey, mate. Echoey. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a live juice review on some VAPE DODO e-liquids. It's a new line. They're 60ml short fills, and they are 50-50 in ratio, which is nice. They don't come. Obviously, they don't come with Nick. They didn't send me any with Nick, so I've just topped it up with PG to make them 0 for now. So yeah, that's what's the crack of my lap. How's my camera? Right, I'm gonna have to move about a bit because it's really, really strange having that there. Sorry about that. You got headphones. Sorry for all the headphone users. Let me just adjust my camera settings because I look like I'm about to die. Just adjust the colour a little bit. Move that over there. What's it? Just wait for the Logitech to fire up. Why is it going from shit to good to shit to good? I don't know why. Probably because they're watching films downstairs. Right, let's just adjust some colour settings here. Take the brightness down a little bit. We'll give it a little bit more contrast, a little bit more colour. There we go. I don't look so dying now, do I? The colour, the white balance is a bit weird, but we can sort that. Ooh, white balance. Let's warm it up a little tiny bit. Cool it down a bit. There we go. A little bit more colour. A little bit more accurate. Oh, that's better. There we go. That's better. That's better. Ignore the state of my hair. It needs cutting. Not that I've got much left. So there we go. Right, that's that. There we go. Sounds good. That's good. We like sound. Who have we got? Have we got anyone else in it coming in? Participants. Oh, there's only 2 in apparently in the chat. I don't know. So yeah. Hello James. Hello Cron. Hello David. Right. So yeah. Tonight I will be using the Derringer on top of the SMPL mod. So yeah, that's what I will be using in lovely brass. I think there might be sausages, but never mind. All's well, all well. I've got them in a trade, so I don't know the provenance of them, so fuck it. But it's a nice little flavour machine, so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Right, just had some bits from my bike. My bike's died, so that's a part. That's in bits in the living room. It's a good job we ain't got any flooring down yet, then, isn't it? So yeah. So I suppose without further ado, let's start, shall we? Unless there's some more coming in. Have we got any more coming in? Any more coming in? Any more for any more? I've got 5 people coming in. Have we? How many's in the chat? I don't understand this new thing jig sort of shizzle. Chat rate's good. Playbacks. I don't know what playbacks is. How can you play it back when I'm live? Weird people. Concurrent views. There we go. So there we are. So hopefully we'll have a few more people in shortly. So let's get the crack-a-malack on, shall we? Oof. Right, so we've got this is VAPE DODO. They're quite interesting. They've got different labels on some of them, but they're all sort of like very suave. Look at that. Aren't they quite? That's quite nice branding. It's not like all bright fucking burgers and shit like that. You know what I mean? And sweet wrappers. It's got all your information down the side there, like what it is and what have you. It's got the flavour profile on there, but I'm not looking at it. But this is the Extinct range. I've linked it down below so you can go check it out. What we got? Got 2 years shelf life on it. It doesn't run out till 2022. Let's face it. Has anyone got juice that they're going to go past its expiry? It gets, if it's rank, that goes in the bin, doesn't it? Are we still live? Yeah, we're still showing live. Getting good health. Good. That's good. So this one, first one we're going to try is called Ritual. This one's called Ritual. Funky bottle. So we'll have a go on that. Let's get the wick on the go. A little smell first. Ooh. Mmm. Mm. Got an interesting smell. Quite a strong sort of like ribenery blackcurrant I'm getting straight away just from the nose. So let's get it on the dripper, shall we? Let's get the dripper on. I've got a little dual coil building. I forgot what it come out at, about 0.4, something like that. Something quite low. Obviously, I'm not going to coon this because, you know, hoony coon it, because it is a 50-50 juice. So I'm not going to get a lot of sort of like cloud off it. So let's just try that. Ooh, got a little bit of a botanically smell to it. Are we all still good in chat, guys? Are we all still there? Are we all still alive? We still there? So this one's called Ritual, and it's a ritual in itself that I'm doing a juice review. I haven't done any for a while. Ooh. It's got a very, very sort of botanical-esque flavour to it. See, the smell was quite a strong blackcurrant, but when you vape it, all I'm getting is a very cold sort of minty flavour. It's a very, very subtle sort of like fresh mint flavour, but it's quite cold on the back of the throat. Slightly. It's very, very... The mint flavour that's in it, it's got a cooling effect. No, botanical, floral's like, very similar. Botanical, floral, yeah, similar sort of thing, yeah. Weird is the both of those are weird. It's got a cooling effect more, and then there's a very, very slight sort of fresh mint taste. Very, very faint. But something's messing about with the blackcurrant. I'm getting like you know, like a green apple. But it is very strange. Yeah, it is an MTL job. Well, it's 50-50, mate. So it is designed for MTL. That's why I've put it in this, because it's not too hoonage. It's not strong on flavour, if that makes sense. It's very subtle, but it's quite pleasant, if that makes sense. The apple's very nice, actually. The apple's coming through a bit better now. My taste buds are getting a bit used to it. The mint slash I don't think it's menthol. I think it might be a Coolada or something like that, because I'm not getting a really heavy like menthol mintiness, but it's cold on the throat. I don't think it's WS though, because it's got a bit of flavour to it. The blackcurrant's very chilled out though. Yep, Craig, how's it going? So you get that cold blast with a little tiny hint of mint, and then you've got the apple there, and then there's like the blackcurrant sweetening it all up very, very deep in the background. But mostly you get the minty sort of like cooling effect. Maybe there's even something else in there, like a little bit of something like cactus, maybe. Maybe wrong. So let's just vape that dry. Getting quite a bit of vapour out of it, considering it's 50-50. And it is thin as fuck. It is like water. So I know it's definitely 50-50. Very strange. Very strange. Not for me, I don't think, this one. The apple sort of runs through the middle. It's very weird. And the blackcurrant's see, when I smelt it, I could smell the blackcurrant really in my face, but I can't now. Oh, cheers for the sub, Craig. I thought you were subbed. Maybe you were one of the ones when YouTube went through its blitz of thing. Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting, David. Very interesting. It's weird. It might be better in a mouth to lung, to be honest. Cool. Cheers for that, mate. So that was Vape Dodo Ritual. I believe they've got like a package deal together. Wouldn't think that was 50-50 though. Maybe might change the flavour once it's in, you know, like once it's got nick in it, because I am vaping these zero because I didn't have any nick shots on me that were thin. So I just made it up with PG. PG just carries the flavour normally. Evening, Smurf. So yeah, that was Ritual. Blackcurrant, apple, and mint. Very now I'm getting that fresh mint, sort of like, you know, like garden mint. Very interesting. Very different. Very different. I have to try that in one of my mouth to lungs. Sadly, I'm not going to Expo, unfortunately. I just can't afford it. Have a little bit of the old roller cola to sort of clear me whistle, so to speak. And then we'll get on to the next one. And the next one is this one, which is Prophecy. I do like their branding. I really do like their branding. All your warnings and everything on there that you need and everything else. Vape Dodo. Well, I forgot to say it. Big thank you to Johnny from Vape Dodo for sending these on to try out. So let's have a smell of this one. Ooh. It's a very strong, like artificial pear. Kind of reminds me of Humbrol glue. Anybody else remember that? Polystyrene cement. God, that stuff smelled amazing. 15 years old, making an Airfix model off your tits by the window with a fucking pile of molten plastic parts. Lovely. Most of it stuck to your fingers. Yeah, it's almost like a pear drops pear rather than a fresh pear. But I'm getting a bit of like a fresh pear afterwards. Quite potent pear. It's a funny one. Just make sure I've got every last drop out of that. Just burn it off. There's the neat little build that's in that. Look. I don't know if you guys can see the photo, if it'll focus. There you go. There's the neat little, nearly dry. That reminds me, I must get some more Mr. Mottram coils. By the way, guys, if you want some mouth to lung Claptons that are banging, go and search for Pilgrim Vapes coils. David Mottram in chat is the man that makes these bad boys, and they're badass. Badass. Little 1 ohm, come out about 1 ohm. 2.5mm Claptons. Banging. David, Mr. Mottram will tell us where they're available. I think Stealth Vape have got them, and I can't remember who else. Stealth Vape, I know, definitely got them. So if you want some mouth to lung coils, or if you put them in pairs in a little dripper, they're banging as well. Little micro Claptons. Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Mottram will. Yeah, you can't beat a nice pear, can you? I love a nice pear, I do. That is a full-on pear. That is a very nice pear. but it's more towards a candied pear than a fresh pear, if that makes sense. More like the pear that you'd get in a pear drop rather than a fresh pear. But there is a little hint of caramel in the background there, I think. Yeah, they are, mate. They are cron. They are banging. Oh, there you go. Mana Bush, Coily Tool, stop them. I know what they've tried to do here. Have you ever had a pear cooked in the oven that's been sprinkled with brown sugar? That's what they're trying to do. That's what they've been trying to do. That pear's very crisp. But like I say, it's very much more like a candied one than a fresh one. But yeah, I know what they've tried to do. They've tried to go down the sort of like a baked pear route. That's a mouth to lung vape. That's going in the... oh, what shall I put that in? I think that might have to go into the K5, that one. If I'd have had 3 mouth to lung tanks the same with 3 of the same builds, I'd have just put them into tanks, like, but I haven't. I could have got 3 mouth. I could have dug me. Yeah, caramelized pear. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But it's a lot sweeter than you'd expect it to be because they've used a candied pear instead of a fresh one. You know, a fresh tasting one. Because pear is a very hard one to nail, but it is very nice. But like I say, the smell of it, when you smell the actual juice, it's just like a pear drop pear. Yeah, they're a bit weird, David. Just right up your street, mate. Do you know, I think that's my favourite so far. The other one, I think, would have been nicer if they'd have, like, give it more blackcurrant. But the blackcurrant just wasn't there. It was mostly that mint and that cooling effect that was getting you straight off. By the way, guys, if I know it might be possibly a sausage. We won't say the C word. It might be a sausage. I think the Mac's genuine, but I'm not sure on the dripper. But I've got no provenance on it. But my God, what a nice little flavour. I forgot how good the Derringer was. It's a lovely little flavour machine. That is... Oh, hang on. There's a tiny amount of Coolarder in it. Or WS23. I think it's going to be more WS23 cooling thing in it. Unless it's just left over from the previous one. But there is a slight hint of something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. So go and check out Stealth Vape, Mana Bush, or Coily Tool for your Pilgrim Vapes nano micro Clapton jobbies. They're tiny little things. I don't know how he sees to do them. I couldn't see. I mean, I'm patient. I usually use a magnifying glass, but Jesus, they are tiny. Interesting. Let's burn that one off and have another mouthful of pop before we get on to the next one. The other thing that annoys me about the Derringer is that little outer sleeve that goes on it. They always fall off. Which leads me to believe this might not be a sausage because the O-rings are solid. That would have fell off by now about 10 times. Burn the rest of that off. Go on to the last one. The last one is on a white label. And this one is called Alchemy. Got a white label on this bad boy. Autofocus, you're going to work? Of course you're fucking not. There we go. I do like this labelling they've got. So let's get on to the next one. Have we got any more people in chat? Everyone's watching other shows. There's only showing David in here. So there we go. So we'll try this. Have a little smell of that. Pardon me. A little snifty view. Oh, a bit of swig of coke. See, that smells like coffee. I'm trying to avoid reading what it says on the side of the bloody label. Cool. It might just be this lag in here. Yeah, it's coffee with a little bit of sweetness behind it from the smell of it. We'll see how good this one is, because if it's got coffee in it, you either nail coffee or it tastes horrible. You get two chances with coffee. It's either good or shit. There's no in between. There's no sort of like, Yeah, you always get a bit of a splurge up your nose. It's like a Thynex advert, Malcolm. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that is a proper rich, deep coffee. It's almost that deep a coffee. It's got a chocolatey twang to it. Very small hint of like a caramel. That is, I think it's coffee bean styly, as they call it. They call it coffee bean, don't they? It's almost like a latte, but very rich, deep, almost like I say, almost chocolatey coffee flavour. What do you mean, what strength? It's 0 milligram. They're all 0 milligram, mate. The coffee's quite strong and in your face. Coffee's quite strong and in your face. With a little hint of chocolate. And then there's like a sweetness running through it. Very, very light caramelness to it. As more of an aftertaste. I don't know, mate. I shall have a look in a sec. Smells like coffee, tastes like apple pie. Yeah, pretty much. Let me have a look. They might not even offer the nicotine strengths. Like, shop now. Here we go. Ritual. Right, you can get all 3 flavours. There's 3 flavours in the line, yeah? Oh, they could have sent me the build mat. That's badass. I'm buying one of them. The Extinct Edition. They're $14.99 each for the 60ml short fills. They don't offer nick strength. They just sell them in They just sell them without the nick shots, by the looks of it. So you have to add your own nick shots to it. By the looks of it. Unless it gives me an option when I add it to the cart, maybe. Oh, where's the page gone? Ah, I've lost it. I've lost it again. Where's it gone? There we are. It's cool enough, isn't it? So So you just add your own PG or VG nick shot. Obviously, if you make it VG, it'd probably be a 60-40, wouldn't it? Or a 55-45, something like that. But if you've got your own nick, you're laughing, aren't you? That caramel's quite tasty, though. It's more of like an afterthought at the end. I'm still tasting a little bit of pear left over from the previous one. So, let's have a look at the flavour profiles. So yeah, that's a coffee with a hint of chocolate. That's because of the richness of the coffee, and then with a bit of caramel on the back nosh. They're all quite nice. I think the nicest one's got to be. I'm going to say the coffee's the nicest one out of the three. Yeah, I think that one's the nicest one, with the what was it now? With the pear one next to it, and then in last pace the blackcurrant one. What's going on there? Everyone's going live. Everyone's going live. So yeah, that's it. So that was Vape Dodo. Big thank you to Johnny from Vape Dodo for sending these over for review. Most enjoyable they were. Oops. In other news, I'd like to show you something interesting, because I thought I'd pimp something out. Right, I've got this little CG125 motorcycle, right? But the headlamp on it was pants. I know I'm going off on a tangent in here. So, what I did was I bought a cheap headlamp. It had a H4 bulb in it, which wasn't the greatest because, unfortunately, it started to melt the... I don't know if you can see that. Let's move that over here. It started to melt the top of the reflector, which I'm going to get a replacement for anyway. And it had indicators in here, which are now going to be changed. I'm going to change the LEDs on the side for white ones from amber. So what I've done was I bought these bad boys. Upside down. These are LED H4 headlight bulbs. Check them bad boys out. There's a cooling fan in the top. How cool's that? Right. So, I'm going to put that in. I'm going to show you how bright these bad boys are, right? Are you ready for this, guys? This is going to be... Right. I shall shine it over there because it will blast my camera, right? Now, before, the light was good, but it was dim, right? But this... Look at that. I'll be able to see for miles with that bad boy. They are bright. Like, extremely bright. How cool is that? So, yeah. That's fun. That should be interesting. We'll see what they're like. If they're any good, I'll buy a twin headlamp unit and put that on. I've actually been looking at a twin headlamp unit for about 40 quid when I've got some spare money. I'm going to buy that because the light's on. It had a 35 watt bulb in it. That was the previous bulb that it had in it, and it's melted it. But obviously the LEDs don't get hot, do they? So I'm going to get the twin headlamp unit, I think, and stick two of them in because obviously that not only that, the H4 bulb draws a lot of current off the bike because it's a 50-60 watt. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down the route of a twin headlamp and stick two of those in, because then I'll be able to see. Because people around here drive with their high beams on. I'll teach the fuckers. They were £12.99 or something like that on eBay. Bloody nuts. Oh, they're bright. I mean, that's bearing in mind, obviously, and obviously it's the lumens as well. I think, what's the lumens it reckons? Got any spec on it? They're just Chinese crap in it, but they're meant to be stupid bright. Well, they are stupid bright. Doesn't say any spec on them whatsoever. I think sure there was an instruction manual somewhere. Oh, there we go. Manual. There we go. Brighter than a helicopter. It is quite bright. It's not the brightness that counts, though. It's the optics that are the important bit. Stick them in your headlamp. Plug them in your headlight. Open it like the original engine. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't tell you sod all as usual. I know there was something stupid like 6,000 lumens or something stupid like that apparently, but they are very bright. Probably not, but it's a motorbike. I'll just turn around to the cop and say, look, a bright bike's a safe bike. Well, they're on the new VW, and the new VW one's got lights that do all this bollocks, and they blind you when they go around call. Do you know something? I have never had an issue with eBay bulbs. They also have these on Amazon as well. They've been quite well. They will be quite decent from the reviews I've had. Until they blind a passing cop car. Have you seen the lights on cop cars? They blind me. They blind me, you bastards. What do you think this is? A squirrel? Let me get rid of the battery out of that now. But yeah, they were quite, all in all, they were quite pleasant, those. So yeah. That was the Vape Dodo Extinct range. Luckily, they don't need to be extinct for long. They won't be blinding anyone because they'll be set at the correct height. You probably could. You probably could. Hello, Inbox Warehouse. How you doing, man? Missed all the fun. Everyone's coming in at the end when I'm going to end shortly. It's always the way when you do a live. Everyone comes in towards the end. Right, let me just get my battery. Alright, that battery's gone down the back of the thing. It's shot out of there like a rocket up a drain pipe. Where's it gone? There it is. Oh no, that's not it. That's from something else. Don't know where that's part of a mod. Where's the battery gone then? I'll have to hunt that now. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot, so I shall catch you all later. Hope you enjoyed that little live. I thought I'd do a live review, a little bit easier than trying to record it and then edit it. Basically, I'm lazy. So, yeah, that was the week that was. So, big thanks again, once again, to Johnny at Vape Dodo for sending those 3 e-liquids on for review. Link will be down below in the description. Go and treat yourself to something a little bit different and a little bit strange if you're a mouth to lunger, because these are 50-50. So, laters all. Take it easy. Ta-da.